As media developed through history, the way the messages have been transmitted to the masses have changed over the years. We have moved from nomadic tribes to farming to urban lifestyle. The age of communication has advanced along with us. Over the years, the way we communicate has been an important development of our complex society. If you go back through our history of communication, you can trace some of these revolutions. For example, the discovery of our alphabet, the discovery of written word, the discovery of the printing press, and so on. Before we could achieve the written word, we have storytellers, creators, and traveling minstrels. The type of mass communication we had before took the form of somebody standing up and speaking. They would be speaking as loudly as possible for maximum results. This would take place around the medieval times and so on, before the achievement of the printing press. The printing press was a massive achievement in our revolution world. It created the first time the written word could be massively copied in major results. This meant the message could now send to a mass audience that could be further away from the sender of the message. What was difficult before the printing press was the reproduction of many copies of that message. Scribes and monks would copy of manuscripts during the medieval times, but this was very time-consuming. It was very hard to make many copies, and it was almost impossible to make exact duplicates. Descripting the message always changed. The printing press changed all that. As a revolution, the idea of making money, some copies that could be sent out to mass audience, the scale in which people of that era had never seen before. A lot of the very first one-sheet newspapers off the printing press was not about political or even religion at all. In fact, they were about business news. Business news around shipping, wanting to know when the boats were coming in from London, and what the cargo manifest held, what the prices were on particular items being shipped in different ports. In the industrial age, technology brought discovery to a tool that uses technology impulses over a copper wire. The telegraph is the beginning of electronic communication. What it did was separate the transportation with communication. As before telegraph became developed, communication required the movement of people, which at the time was namely the speed of horses. It was only a matter of time after the human speech would follow. Alexander Graham Bell became the founding father of the telephone, and he used science behind the telegraph. Later paved the way to how mass communication would be sent for radio. Radio later becomes conceived as this wireless point-to-point use of sending to mass communication becomes more widely used.
We're but straws in the wind. I shall leave you two to talk this out.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Black. There's no use talking. You must give him up.
You dare to talk to me like that, you love thief?
A TLL company begins to sell on the knowledge of how to send a message.
Ask for McTavish's in the giant economy tin at your favorite grocer's. Tonight or tomorrow, sure. Remember the name, McTavish.
Many people begin to leave their homes several times per week to attend movies for entertainment.
And they killed that cake.
In the 1950s, a new source of entertainment began to invade homes.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
Within a decade, television became the outlet for mass communication. By the 1960s, the use of the television in the homes increases to 90%. In 1980s, cable television was in our homes. In the 1990s, satellites later emerged with the world of mass communication and entertainment. The internet becomes available, which and a new communication power in the hands of groups and individuals. This type of media begins the creation of old media merging with new media to develop an ever-changing type of communication.